Hello and greetings. This is Oremisal Santos Martinez speaking here, and in this opportunity, I'm going to be working with the final oral exam of Technical English for Tourism. And in this opportunity, I'm going to be working with one of the most interesting topics that I found in the exam. I choose the first one where I'm going to talk about um, my favorite movies and the things that I enjoy mostly. I'm gonna be honest with all of you. I am a person that really loves science fiction, really love fantasy. So, if I am a little bit overly excited, I ask of your forgiveness and your patience. So, with all of this said, we can begin. So, like I already told you, one of the things that I like the most overall in entertainment is science fiction and fantasy. Those are the media that I consume the most. Rather, that may be video games, movies, or books. I eat that up completely. I'm a big fan of The Lord of the Rings. I'm a big fan of Star Wars and Star Trek, even. I'm a big fan of Dune, both the books and the movies, all of them. I am so fascinated with the stories that Frank Herbert created in his books, and that many directors and screenwriters have tried so hardly to uh, put into the big screen. So it is, for me, one of the most important things. So why I enjoy this type of movies, why I enjoy this type of media? Well, it's basically for the stories, the complexities of the world's politics, and the interesting characters and how they interact with the world. Also, there are very philosophical ideas there that are quite interesting. And for this and many more reasons, one of my favorite series of all time is Dune. Like I told you before, was written by Frank Herbert, and many directors and screenwriters have tried to um, depict this very interesting universe into the big screen, both the silver and the golden, so to speak. So yes, it's quite fascinating world, full of lore, full of interesting things to see, and many things to learn about. Yes, indeed. Now, what is the last movie that I watched? Last you can guess, I saw the continuation of the first movie of Dune, Dune Part 2. And let me put it in simple words. This movie was epic, quite literally epic. The visuals were impressive. I really enjoy all of it, the political drama, the character drama, the music, the way they presented the worlds of Arrakis, and how they complemented what they left in the past movies. Um, I especially enjoy all of those science fiction elements of the world that we already knew from through the first movie, and we talked about all of that conflict, all of the things, basically all of those new interesting characters that we don't, like the Emperor, Shalam the Second, I think. Also Princess Miriam, and also one of the most sadistic but interesting character known as Fade Rafa. One of the most incredible stories, how they depicted, how they put into perspective how religious belief can control people, how it is used by powerful men, women, and many others to control basically everybody. So it takes in between the lines of prophecy and polit- politics, quite literally. So it's quite interesting movie, and I recommend it for those people who are willing to endure what is a political and character drama. You will see many things that will make you think about many other beliefs that we have nowadays, and it's quite an interesting movie, just to say it. out loud. I recommend it wholeheartedly for those who are willing to watch it. You have to be patient. It's a very slow burn of a movie, but it's quite poignant and delivers in a way that you will never even imagine. So if you pay attention, you will be satisfied. Now, for the other movie, I will not say it was the worst movie I ever watched, but in comparison, it was the worst because this movie, Electric State, it was quite literally a mediocre movie, to say the least. It was visually impressive, it has that, but the story was too predictable, too bland, too generic, and the characters weren't that deep. It is a movie that you can watch with your friends if you don't have anything else to do. I will not deny the visual impressiveness of it, but that alone cannot help you with the story. So, yes, this wasn't the best movie that I can say I watched. I want to say the worst, but in comparison to Dune, well, it was the worst of the two. And in the year 2000 uh, 2025 was quite literally the worst of them all. There were more interesting movies in the last year, so it was there. So yes, um, this was my brief participation with the oral exam. I am sorry a little bit for gauching too much about my fanboyism of the Dune series. I am a big fan of it. Like I told you before, I enjoy fantasy and science fiction a lot, and this movie combined them both in a way. So yes, it's one of my favorite series of all time. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and cheers.